what I want to know is what you do for fun.
Oh, I can be fun.
Yeah, but like, what do you do for fun? And that's not me calling you boring. That's me asking what your hobbies and fun things are.
Sure. Well, I just moved to Austin, so I don't have much of a network or community here yet. So,
AK friends.
Yes.
So in terms of like social life, I mean, if we go back to like the last place I lived, like in New York, what I do for fun? Hang out with friends, play tennis or paddle, play a lot of racket sports. Nothing crazy. I mean, the business has just kept me so busy the last few years.
Yeah.
When did you start Ice Cream for Bears?
2021.
2021. Oh, that's honestly, you've had a lot of success for 5 years.
Things have moved very quickly because, I mean, we were in St. Louis we sold our first pint in May of 2022. Like the idea kind of came about in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And then from 2022 up until, we didn't sell in like Sprouts or any national grocery chain until February of 2024. So then things really moved quickly from that time. Yeah.
Oh, damn it. I wish I went back and saw when we first discovered it, because Nada, who you've met, our best friend, I will literally never forget her being like, did you guys try the honey? Oh, I'm going to butcher. What's the name? The honey?
Oh, honey.
Yeah, honey.
Sometimes people call it honey for bears.
Oh, yeah. She's like, you guys, like, we need to try honey. And I was like, okay, bring it. So I literally made a taste test vlog on it, or video.
So honey was actually the second round of, so we got into Sprouts in February of 2024. Mm-hmm. That wasn't released until September of 2024.
Really?
So you were a little late to the game.
We were. That's the thing is, I hadn't seen the videos, but she had told me everyone keeps trying it on social media. I was like, okay, well, let's do a taste test. So I did, and that's before we ever knew you.
Yeah.
And then when Joe was like, I met Tim from Ice Cream for Bears, I was like, that's crazy, because we made a video on it like 2 years ago.
We're gonna like jump all around, but is it so crazy that just random strangers eat your ice cream every day?
Definitely initially. I mean, the first time like you see it on shelf in like a random grocery store, it's a little surreal. And now still I'll walk into like places. Sometimes like I walked into Royal Blue Market the other day and I was in there, and it's like, it's still fun. Like you get a little dopamine hit, and it's almost like seeing like an old friend. It's like, oh, hey, you're here.
That's me.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really cool. One time, Grant, who's our, we call him an intern. He's really not an intern anymore, but he was like our first intern a long time ago.
Is he the social media guy?
Yeah.
What is he? The chief?
We call him the CDO, the chief dialed officer. He keeps us all dialed. Yeah.
Good for him.
Which is being dialed is super key to run an ice cream company.
Totally, especially Ice Cream for Bears. Yeah. But no, Grant was, he came to New York when I was living in New York for the summer. And he sent me a picture one day. He went to try like this new pizza place, this like sourdough pizza place. And he's walking along the street, and I guess he sees just a pint of Ice Cream for Bears that is empty, just like that someone's just discarded on the side of the sidewalk. So it was just litter. It was just trash. And that was kind of weird. That was a weird moment where I was like, it's just trash.
Right.
It's just on the street. Like someone just, I
thought you were going to say he like picked it up and like framed the first piece of littered trash.
I think we should have.
You should have.
That picture.
Yeah.
All right, let's rewind for a second. Okay. Not that we don't care about you.
Sure.
But let's rewind just to the beginning of Ice Cream for Bears. It is one of the healthier, if not the healthiest, not your claim, mine, ice cream companies that exist. Where did your idea and your concept come from?
Okay, so I guess to answer that, we probably have to go back to the beginning.
Go back. Yeah.
But I mean, I grew up in a family that was very nutritionally conscious. Like my mom has always kind of been on the cutting edge of this stuff, going back to like the late 90s. I remember she would drive an hour to a place called, I forget what it was even called, started with a W, but it ended up getting bought by Whole Foods. And it was a health food store in Connecticut where we lived at the time. And she would go there like once a month and just stock up on like health foods. But at the time, like you look back on what that was, it was like whole wheat bread, and it was like, you know, like Newman's Own products and like Annie's products and like all these things that like, I'm not trying to trash any company, but like things that I would still consider like pretty processed foods, things that I, you know, aren't really a part of my diet today. As I got older, obviously like the things we ate changed over time and got, you know, progressively, I guess, more healthy and less processed. But still, I think by the time I was out of college and was out in the real world, there was still like some frustration with kind of these changing goalposts around health and nutrition. I think I was looking for some sort of like underlying truth to like to healthy eating. Like what is it that's actually healthy? Because it feels like every day what was healthy the week before is no longer the thing you should be eating.
Meaning like keto to Atkins diet, like that type of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it could be like fads like that, or even just like, just products. I mean, remember when like tofu had such a like moment, and then I mean, there was times people say don't eat eggs, don't eat meat, don't do all these like, and it's just every day it's changing.
Yeah.
And so, I think for me, kind of what the answer was just like trying to look back at what were people doing thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago. If we're doing it 10,000 years ago, our bodies have probably evolved to eat that food, probably evolved to process it effectively and efficiently, and probably still fine if we eat it today. And so that's kind of the ethos for Ice Cream for Bears is like we make ice cream using ingredients that have been in humans' diets for a very long time. And so what that kind of translates to is ice cream using very unprocessed ingredients.
Why ice cream?
So that's a great question. So it actually didn't start with ice cream. At the time, I was teaching tennis on Long Island. I was about to go to business school. It was the summer before business school. It was a club I had taught tennis at in summers from undergrad. And I was out there and was on court 10 hours every day. And like that affords me the caloric intake to pretty much do whatever I want at night. And so I would be eating like 2 pints of ice cream every night. I just loved ice cream. But I remember
It's a lot of ice cream.
Yeah.
it's a lot of ice cream.
For every night. And expensive too.
It wasn't every night, but I was eating a lot of it, or just something. I would go and get something to like binge. And I was like, there's gotta be a way to do this that's still like in line with like that ethos that I just described. So I remember one day it was a rainy day, and so there was no lessons. It was like a rare day off. We would work 7 days a week, but we had a day off, and I was just on my computer listening to a podcast, and I actually heard Paul Saladino he was talking about honey. He was obviously a huge proponent of honey, and something just clicked, and I was like, I should do something with honey. I have this huge sweet tooth. I have this belief system around like eating very ancestrally. Like, why am I not doing something with honey? And so that kind of, from there, I started trying to make like sort of like a bar, like an outdoor snack that was like, it was terrible. It had like almond flour and beef tallow and honey, and it was disgusting. Nobody wanted to eat it. I tried to make like a cream filling for it, making it like an Oreo or cookie. It's terrible.
Not a bad idea.
No, it sounds really good, right? Yeah. I think if I went back to it now and tried to remake it, I could do a better job. And maybe we will.
Yeah.
Cookies for Bears.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
But yeah, and so then I tried to make chocolate. Chocolate's really hard because you have a tempering process, and there's a lot of water and honey, and so that kind of affects that. So I wasn't able to make chocolate. And then I was in one of my first classes of business school, and it was this entrepreneurship class. And they said you're gonna go into like a room for like 5 minutes with a local entrepreneur. They had it was like a speed dating setup, and it was all virtual because it was the first year of COVID. And the very first person I talked to was the owner of the local like ice cream chain in St. Louis called Clementine's. And she like pulls up her camera, and we start talking about like ice cream, and she uses grass grazed dairy and stuff. And behind her, for whatever reason, her entire backdrop is all like bottles of honey. And so that was weirdly like the eureka moment where I was like, I should make ice cream with honey. And then I went and like made some later that day. I had an ice cream maker, and I was like, this is it. This tastes really good.
Wow. That's actually so interesting because I feel like it's actually funny. This is just a side note. During COVID, my dad and I were like, because we were looking for healthy bars, because there's a few bars that are here now that didn't exist in 2020. And my dad was like, we should make a healthy bar. There's not many of them.
Yeah.
We tried many different iterations, and I would try little things, and I mean they were
give up.
Yeah, and then give up because it was just awful. And so that's funny because I had a similar experience of trying like a granola type thing and just never, I mean, yes, you can make homemade granola, but there's a lot of granolas out there, right? Like I wanted a bar, like a protein bar that was super clean, and I just never followed through.
It is. Bars are very hard. Like baking is just hard.
Yeah, because and you want to have enough protein, and then you want to also add you want it to not taste like cardboard, but you don't want too much sugar. So,
how long from the time you made that first pint of ice cream to when you were actively selling in Sprouts, how long was that period of time?
About 3 years.
3
I think that
years.
first pint was like March of 2021. That was like the first batch of ice cream for bears. And then we started selling like locally in St. Louis in May of 2022, and then Sprouts 2024.
With what flavors? What were you first selling?
A lot of different ones, actually.
Really?
So at the time, I mean, we had the vanilla. It wasn't Chocternal with the fudge swirl. We had a chocolate raspberry instead.
Chocolate raspberry.
Yeah.
Where is that now?
Yeah. That's like our favorite.
That is my ideal ice cream profile. Like a fruit inside chocolate.
Raspberry's very expensive.
Really?
That's cheap.
Yeah. Tim, you're cheap.
Tim! Okay, keep going.
Well, it really wasn't even that. It was just that I feel like raspberry wasn't as, like, chocolate raspberry wasn't as universal of a flavor profile. And it didn't honestly do that well relative to some of the other stuff we had in St. Louis. Whereas Chocternal was our number one flavor for a long time until cookie dough came along.
Okay, so you had chocolate raspberry, Chocternal, vanilla.
Butterbear was our best seller in St. Louis at the time, which is kind of crazy. I think just Midwest loves that butterscotch caramel profile. We had a blueberry then. I would make so we had a tiny scoop shop, and my friend had a chocolate shop in St. Louis called Honeymoon Chocolates, and they sweetened only with honey, which is kind of crazy because I had just said I tried to make honey or chocolate with honey, and he had actually done it, and we became friends after that. I had no idea he even existed at that time. And he let us sell.
Stars aligned.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
You want to talk about having signs show up in your life? Like,
seriously, I'm such a sign girl.
If you were a tattoo guy, I feel like you'd have to get like honey, like a drip of honey.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
I don't feel like you're a
Tattoos
tattoo
aren't
guy.
for
Yeah.
Tattoos are.
He wouldn't want the ink in him for sure.
That's so true.
But yeah, so he had this chocolate shop, and they were also like a CPG business, but they had a storefront as well. And he was like, why don't you put a dipping cabinet here and like start scooping and selling ice cream? So that was before we ever sold in the grocery store. That was how we sold ice cream, was a few tubs in that store. And so I would rotate a lot of new things through there. We would make like different types of chocolate using its different origins of chocolate. We made a raspberry chip back then. A lot of raspberry.
I know.
Yeah, a lot of.
Like,
because I had that one ingredient and I bought so much of it. I was like,
you know what?
use this.
well, that's what
We know where. Oh, I was gonna say we know where Tim lives, and he now knows that we love that flavor, and we know that you know how to make ice cream. So there's.
I don't have an ice cream maker.
Well,
but
really.
no,
That shocks me.
Well, now we have an R&D department, which is so fun and amazing because now I get to just have all the ideas.
Wow, and not have to do the work.
And then it just gets sent to me.
That's, you know what? Good for you.
We have two women who work in R&D. They're both started this year, and they're just fantastic. So Jill and Marie, big shout out to them.
You said what?
Jill and Marie.
Jill.
I was gonna say, I was like,
like how am I involved in this? Yeah. When you were first making ice cream, because this is super interesting to me, like were you mashing up blueberries? Like how did you get all of these flavor profiles?
So early on with blueberries, I would use freeze-dried blueberry, which is actually much different than how we're making fruit ice cream. And actually back then we would use some natural flavors as well, which has been a huge sort of, I think, point of contention in the brand, but we're as of today really. So we had our new salted caramel.
breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. We had salted caramel hit Sprouts today, which is sort of Butterbear's
Sister?
Replacement.
Oh.
Yeah, like replacement. So Butterbear's being discontinued. Salted caramel sort of the reimagining without natural flavors. So natural flavors leaving
You're
the brand.
free. And that was important to you, right? Is having a brand with no natural flavors?
Very. I mean, when we launched the initial 3 flavors in Sprouts, I remember thinking they really wanted Butterbeer because it was our best seller in St. Louis. I remember thinking like, I feel like we shouldn't have natural flavors. I feel like it shouldn't. And I wasn't quite as keyed in on all this stuff back then, but I still remember thinking like, I feel like people are gonna like this. And it was true. Like almost immediately, like it was like love the chocolate and vanilla, but like Butterbeer was this sort of point of contention. Some people still love it and, they don't care too much about natural flavors. But we have this very dogmatic consumer that's very vocal, very loud, very supportive, but also like very critical.
I was very curious about that because you guys are so specific with your ingredients. Your customer, like you just said, is, they take it seriously, what they put in their body. For me, I obviously care. We care about what we put in our bodies. But a little bit of where I'm coming from is if I'm going to have ice cream, it's not that I don't care. I'm not going to go and have like a Ben & Jerry's every night. But if everything's so good and there's natural flavors, it doesn't bother me. But I love that you guys are very specific, especially for the target market of people who are very ingredient conscious, if you will. And it's interesting. They all seem to be very outspoken people, which is nothing against them. I understand why you would want to be. I mean, it is important what you put into your body.
And I think like our whole brand ethos is like unprocessed ingredients that have been in humans' diets for a very long time.
Right. And then they're like, but natural flavors. Yeah.
Of course have not. So it just didn't make sense. And, I think there's always like little concessions that you have to make so you're not making a $20 pint of ice cream, because at the end of the day, no one's going to buy that.
Right.
But this was one we felt like we could solve. And so now we have a strawberry and a cherry chip coming out, and those are both made with real whole fruit.
Love strawberry.
Do you still have cherry chip in your apartment?
I do. No, sorry. No, I finished it. Yeah.
Oh,
Tim, that's what Tim does for fun.
Yeah.
When you said cherry chip, and what's the other one?
Strawberry.
Strawberry. And when will they be coming out?
So they should be. I saw them get shipped this morning, so they should be on shelves by like the weekend or Monday.
That's big news.
Yeah.
Cherry and raspberry are my, those are my happy places in life. And you guys have a chocolate sauce, don't you?
We have a hot fudge.
A hot
for
fudge.
bears.
Is that sold at Sprouts?
It is, yeah. So it's just honey, butter, cream, and cocoa. It's really simple.
I feel like I'll give context when I do the intro to this episode, but for the people who don't realize that we know Tim before this episode are probably like, why are you guys speaking to him this way and whatever. So just so everyone knows who's listening to this,
That he's our friend.
he's our friend and we're going, yeah. We're not just talking, we know where you live and things like that.
Making slight threats.
Exactly. No, but you did give us some coupons that we need to start utilizing. So
Got to use those bear bucks.
yeah.
Well, so what's interesting is that I feel like Ice Cream for Bears sits in this very specific place within the ice cream market because it's not insanely expensive. I'm not putting it back down saying, okay, I can't imagine buying this. But your brand is creative. The flavors are good. The ingredients are the flavor's great. The ingredients are great. The flavor's good. The ingredients are great. It's all very good. And I feel like there are very few ice cream brands that can compete with you on all levels. How do you make sure you guys stay in that niche? There has to be competitors on their way, if not already there, right?
Yeah, I mean, sort of. We definitely have competitors. I mean, we definitely have people deciding between our brand and other brands. But I do think what you said is right. I don't think we really have a comparable in terms of cleanliness, particularly on the dairy side of things. There's three key pieces to me. One is the dairy. Are you using really good, high quality grass-fed dairy? And the answer is wholeheartedly yes there for Ice Cream for Bears. Then it's what are you using to stabilize the ice cream? Ice cream needs some sort of stabilizer. So the cheap option would be to use some sort of gum or carrageenan. And we
Gut irritator.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's do some gut talk.
Yeah.
And we use egg yolks. So egg yolks are an incredible stabilizer. They're just, again, more expensive. And then the final piece is the sweetener. And so most brands will use cane sugar or liquid sugar or some sort of syrup. And we, of course, use raw honey as the only sweetener. So I think having those three pieces is definitely challenging, and it's expensive, and it makes us a pretty low margin business, but we're lucky we don't have to promote very much. We don't have to go on sale very often because I think because people recognize the quality that's being provided at an accessible price point. I know we're still pricey relative to other things, but I can promise you our margins are smaller.
Yeah, but not for the quality though. You have to pick and choose, right? And I think it's funny because I think Jenna and I have recently talked about this idea of realistic wellness because we feel like as health has become increasingly made more, not important, it's always been important, but I think we're more aware now as cancers and all of these other things rise, right? Mm-hmm. You have to be more mindful of your health. But with that comes this group of wellness influencers and just people in general, these thoughts that are so extreme that it makes it feel unrealistic. And I think that ice cream is a good example of a way where you can still have a sweet treat at night, but you're not selling your soul to tofu and kale, but at the same time, you're not having to make compromises and consume gut irritants or artificial sweeteners or whatever it may be. There's this now middle ground. And that's what Jenna and I really want to preach is you don't have to give up everything to live a healthier lifestyle.
And it's good ice cream. I was at work today. I work at a functional health clinic here. And my couple of my coworkers were like, what are you doing after you're done with your I work half days today. And I was like, oh, I got the owner of Ice Cream for Bears on. And of course they knew it. Like they were like, oh, we love Ice Cream for Bears. So it's like, it's becoming so well known. I mean, it already is. It feels like, at what point in the business or in the process where you're like, wow, this is really taking off. I think this could really be something.
Well, honestly, it kind of ties into what you were just saying, Jill. I think there was, we were really lucky early on with just kind of the organic traction and like influencer attention that the product got. And I think a lot of it was because you have a lot of these influencers, especially in the health and wellness community, and they put out this very sort of dogmatic way of living. And it's like a full-time job if you ascribe to it wholeheartedly, right? And
I tried.
Yeah.
One time.
And her mental health.
Yeah, I failed.
Yeah, it's really tough. And so I think when these products come along, especially something that's really fun, like ice cream, like who doesn't love ice cream? When these products come along and it's like, okay, here's all the values, I follow or that I tell you to, that you should like hold closely. Like they're all wrapped up in this product and like, it's a treat that you can eat. Like that's a very easy, exciting piece of content for them and something that they can share with their followers. And then on the flip side, people look at it and they go, oh my God, I can eat ice cream. And like, how great is that? And I'm not, breaking any rules, And so I think because of that, it was just kind of like right time, right place for Ice Cream for Bears. And we got a lot of that organic influencer attention. And then I think even like, it wasn't long after we were in Sprouts. It was like May maybe. And Paul Saladino picked it up. And then it was just like chaos for a year.
What do you mean he picked it up?
He went into Sprouts, picked it up, and made a video of it, like in Sprouts.
And you didn't pay him?
No.
Organically,
he
did
it. Was all organic.
And did you see an immediate correlation in sales pickup?
Yeah, it was kind of funny because, it wasn't funny at the time, but we had gotten like small investment basically to try and get, Ice Cream for Bears off the ground and get product into Sprouts. Not small, but it's small, relative to investment. And so we were trying to kind of like managing cash very tightly, like waiting for checks to come in from the distributors. And because like they won't pay you until like it basically almost sells through the first time you sell to them. After that, they pay you quickly. And so I was like, I remember emailing them like, can you pay us early? Can you pay us early? Like, so we needed money to make more ice cream.
Yeah.
And then like, as that was happening overnight, Paul picked it up and we were just out of stock everywhere overnight. So then we had nothing made. And then it, we ended up obviously.
What was that turnaround time? Like you guys sell out and then how quickly could you get it back?
It was
to
almost
shelves?
a month.
Wow.
It was off for almost a month.
Were you panicking?
I was just saying, I would have been kicking myself so hard.
Yeah.
Because obviously you weren't prepared for someone big in the space. Remind me what his username is?
Carnivore MD.
Yes.
Yeah.
For those of you guys who probably know who he
He's
is.
just Paul Saladino now.
Yeah, it is. That's right. Yeah, but I knew he was known as something else. Did you not think that people were going to start? You don't have social media like you said, but were you not thinking quite possibly this could get big because of the influencer market, or you just weren't ready for that? Like, did that ever cross your mind that someone like him could do something like that?
Well, I think even before that, we could feel like through. I did have social media back then, and I would check it of course every night. I'm like, who's posting about it? And you could kind of, I would text my sister, who's obviously very involved in Ice Cream for Bears, and I'd be like, yeah, it feels like things are starting to move. And so I think it wasn't that we weren't ready. It's like we couldn't be ready. We didn't have the money to be ready.
Got it.
Because he didn't take like a big investment.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's also just crazy kind of full circle because it was like listening to that podcast with Paul Saladino that got me to.
I'm such a big sign person and manifestation. I feel like that's such a crazy, like you're on the path that you're supposed to be on type thing, which like sounds kind of cheesy, but
no,
it's the truth. Yeah.
So what you're saying is because margins are slim, there's no like Ice Cream for Bear robes coming to like influencer. Do you even get that reference?
I don't know that.
I was like, dang it, he's not plugged in enough. No, just brands send influencers really crazy things to promote the business. So like Poppy which is the healthier soda, they send influencers these insane like bathrobes in these funky colors. They send mini fridges. They do a massive amount of PR through influencer marketing. And I'm just saying that you guys are picking high quality ingredients over influencer robes.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Fair enough.
That's a great idea, though. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
robes.
I would like to do something like we could do like for Christmas gifts this year to like all of our suppliers and everything, and we gave out Ice Cream for Bears cutting boards, like non-toxic cutting boards.
Genius.
Like we should. I don't know why we don't send those to like
And
influencers.
we haven't touched on it yet because we've been kind of all over the place, but Ice Cream for Bears is a very creative name because you took your exact ethos and what you stand for and turned it into you can't miss it. Like it's a unique name. It's eye-catching. You remember it. Even like when Jen and I reference you, it will call you Bears.
Yeah,
It's like it's very
I like barely knew your name was Tim. So I just decided your name was Bears.
exactly.
How did you end up coming up with that name?
So it was around that time I made the first batch of ice cream. It was COVID. I was at my parents in Florida. I was in business school, and it was the first year ended up being remote. And my sister was actually living in Dallas, but she had come back so we were both living at her parents in Florida. And she came in and she's like, "What are you gonna call it?" And I was like, "Ice Cream for Bears." It just kind of came to me in the moment. I don't know. I think it was obviously there's the association with like Winnie the Pooh and honey, and then I just I think I threw it out there as a joke, and then I just liked it more and more because I figured new product, you need people to kind of stop in their tracks and like be curious so that they'll self-educate. And if you see something called Ice Cream for Bears, you're gonna be like, "What the heck is that?" You're gonna pick it up, and then hopefully, if you have the proper differentiation, they're gonna actually buy it. And so we got a lot of pushback early on about the name, just because I think it's weird and it's different, and now people really like it.
I'm surprised about the pushback because I've always thought it was so clever. I mean, hearing you name each flavor is actually hilarious.
Yeah,
to
can you
me.
list a few just in
Well,
case
he
our
kind of
audience-
has,
Yeah.
but which ones have you not said?
Oh boy, I mean, so the new salted caramel is salted caramel.
like
Mulling
Molly.
of air, like yeah.
They're not all super creative strawberries, just strawberry spelled Bery.
Genius.
Meant to be some of them like beer, honey references.
What's cookie dough?
Dough Bear.
Dough Bear.
Dough
Yep,
Bear.
they're always. Actually, I will say that, like, if I'm at the grocery store, and this has happened more than once, and I'm tired, I read the label and I'm like using context clues, like the color of it, because I'm like, what is this flavor? Because some are like a little too creative for my brain.
Right.
There was one in particular where I was like, what is this? And I like actually had to pay attention to figure it out.
Well, someone told me early on, like, name things that aren't so like if you name it Dough Bear, it's like they can get a cookie dough anywhere in any brand, but like Dough Bear they can only get with you. I don't know if that's actually
No, that's cool.
good advice.
I love the name thing.
Yeah.
It's perfectly cheesy and fun, and yeah, it just makes a lot of sense.
Well, I should say too that my sister's a graphic designer, so she was the one who did all the branding initially, and so I think there was an extra element too where when you throw in a bear and you have a fun name like that, like it just opened so many doors on the creative side. So that was another reason.
So she kind of took off with the ideas and the names and the everything. She nailed it.
She
She
did.
still works for you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So for a long time, she was always had her own graphic design practice in Dallas, and then would do work for Ice Cream for Bears on the side, and then eventually got to the point where it was like, all right, we kind of need you full time, or we need someone full time. Is it going to be you? And
She's like, no.
yeah, I think she held out to the last minute. to, like,
Really?
not work for her brother.
I was gonna say, are you
We
older
get
or
it.
younger?
Older.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you were younger, I feel like that would feel weird.
Yeah. No, it's
Just
we
like your
work-
older brother bossing you around, or your boss, but
I mean, she would probably still file that same complaint, but but no, we get along well, and she's obviously
Good.
super talented, and it's really fun working with her.
No, you guys if you haven't checked out Ice Cream for Bears social media, you guys do have a very fun social media for an ice cream brand. Like I think, and I put on the notes, and we've kind of already touched on it, but you guys go to extra lengths to have a brand that sticks out and isn't just your cookie cutter CPG product where you're pushing only healthy ingredients. Like you guys use a lot of comedy in your video clips. You're featured in a lot of them.
The grocery trip, I was cracking up.
Low margins equals Tim's that.
Is that what, oh yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, you're the lead role. You wear a lot of different hats.
Yeah, well, on the creative side, like I love that side of things. Like Tara's my sister, and we always say like we wanted Ice Cream for Bears to be all the things we love. So I mean, it's the values we have around eating. It's like the sense of humor. It's like everything. And growing up as a kid, like I thought I wanted to make commercials. Like that was my dream, was like to work in marketing and make commercials.
Yeah.
And so now I
now
get
you
to, like,
are. Talk about, I mean, you are just a absolute manifester. Like you're right.
Well, I don't know if this is manifesting now as much as just like bullying my way into
well, you're a forced manifester.
I do have a question. What's it like now that it is such a big brand, and you said you used to check social media all the time to see if people were talking about it? Are there any influencers, athletes, actors that have called out the brand online that have been exciting or notable for you, other than obviously Paul Saladino, who sounds like he really kind of changed the trajectory a little bit or maybe sped that up? Are there any other similar stories?
So many people have called out and posted about it. I wouldn't say with like the same impact.
No, but exciting for
but
you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, tons. I mean, I grew up playing tennis, so there's been some tennis players. There's a young, like, up and coming guy, Ethan Quinn. Up and coming is probably not even fair. Sorry for Ethan. Like,
sorry, Ethan.
He's like top 30 in the world.
I can cut that out.
But,
keep it in.
Right.
So that was cool when he shouted out Kaya Gerber. I talked to her once. That was fun.
Really? She likes Ice Cream for Bears.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird thing because you followed your passion of food and then created this ice cream shop in a different shop with your friend who owned chocolate, like a chocolate sweetened from honey. Like that's not exactly the trajectory you would think of someone who then is, has a national brand. Like it just doesn't work out that often. Like I feel like things usually fail by then. So you don't have any other pinch me moments?
Yes, there are tons of them. I mean, there's lots of, I think going back to like people, like lots of athletes and stuff, which is cool, and I think makes sense because it's a product that you would expect athletes to like. But I think in hindsight, yes, there's lots of pinch me moments in it that is kind of surreal where it's gotten to. But truthfully, like that was always the goal from the beginning. Like I think myself and Tara and then everyone who's come along since has like always believed that like we kind of have always known what the end goal was, and we're not even close to there. I want to make lots of things for Bears. Like we want.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's talk about that. We have a few minutes left.
We have more than a few.
What is up and coming for Ice Cream for Bears? So you have 3 flavors dropping this year.
Yeah, we have 3 new flavors and then 2 mini sundae cups. So this is like a vanilla ice cream. Do you remember like as a kid, like you'd go to a party and you'd the little like wooden spoons, with sundae cups with the fudge.
Is there a spoon in it?
There's no spoon in this. Yeah.
Budget, Jenna. Slim margins.
It's okay.
Provide your own spoon.
Yeah, sundae cups will be out next week too.
What?
And that's a really fun project.
Where? Sprouts?
Sprouts.
So are you guys in Whole Foods?
We will be we'll have pints in Whole Foods on April 16th.
Wow.
Breaking news. We're acting like we're the main announcers.
We're spilling the tea.
We're spilling so much tea. Okay, so you say this is the main goal. You're a full-blown entrepreneur / are you the CEO now? Yep. Okay, you're the CEO. It sounds all like rainbows and happiness and fun and honey and just like cute and whatnot. Are there big challenges that you face on a daily to like weekly basis with owning your own business?
Oh, constantly.
Constantly,
as we grow, they become less and less like devastating, or maybe you just get numb to them. But I remember, early on, and this was probably like September of 2024. So like it was within the first year. I remember someone DM'd us and they said there's like, I opened my ice cream and there's like this giant hole in it, like just a huge air pocket. And at the time I was like, that feels strange. And so even though you get DMs all the time of like, random things will happen. A freezer will break at a retailer and, ice cream will melt and they'll say it's icy. So I never really get too concerned if we get one message, but something about that felt weird. And so I went down to Sprouts and I started like buying pints and opening them. They just all had these like giant holes in them. And so then I like went up to our manufacturer the next day, and there's long story short, it was a huge disaster. It was 80,000 pints that all had these like avocado looking pits in them.
80,000?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And of course they didn't meet weight, so we had to pull them all off and donate them. And it was a disaster.
Oh, that's horrible. What was the mistake?
It was compounding mistakes. At the time I just didn't understand like ice cream manufacturing at that scale as well. I didn't know what to look for. I didn't know how to like vet manufacturers and co-packers properly.
Right.
And I kind of was just like, they're the professionals. Like,
right.
Here's the formula. Like,
you trusted them with their,
yeah.
And they failed you.
Big time.
And you guys have a small operation as far as people go. Like, is there someone you can lean on when that happens, or is it kind of just like, all right, I'm going up there?
At that time, it was just me. So I remember I went to the manufacturer first and kind of was able to identify what was going on. So like, we're like, okay, at least now we're making stuff that's decent. And this was right after we're like, finally we have product on shelves again. And then all the product was like not to spec. And
Paul Saladino shouts you guys out again, and everyone's.
That's why I said it took a year to recover from that.
What?
And then I went down to our warehouse. So that was up near Chicago. I went down to our warehouse in St. Louis, and I called them before and I said, I think we have this problem. Can you like take, every lot code and like just lay out like a few cases from each? And so they were awesome, that warehouse. They laid out everything. So I go into this big freezer in a minute for like 2 hours. It's -20 or -40. And I'm just like, I buy a knife at Walmart. I'm like on the kneeling, just cutting open pint after pint after pint, and like weighing them to see like, how is this affecting all lot codes? Like what's it affecting? And it was pretty much everything we had in warehouse too. And then I get out and I'm like, man, my knees like really hurt. And I had frostbite all over my knees from kneeling on the frozen ground for 2 hours.
Oh my God. That must have been a really low moment in your life.
Yeah.
That is, 80,000 pints, that's a lot of money lost too.
A ton. Yeah. So that was, pretty impactful at the time. Thankfully, it was like things were going so well.
Okay.
Like there was so much demand. So, we were able to kind of write it off as like, learning growing pains and
that's a massive growing pain.
Like, what do you message people? Because I'm sure you got more DMs, right?
So I think I made a post on Instagram. I said we'll Venmo you for anything you find. And for 3-4 months we were probably sending 20 Venmos a day, just like. So not only was it the price of all the ice cream, but then we were.
I would have cried myself to sleep.
I just couldn't even sleep.
It's like you. Yeah, I can only imagine the ups and downs that come with that, especially with, I feel like social media these days too, people, when like back in the day, let's say, people probably used to write in on websites and they had customer service. People go straight to Instagram DMs these days. And
just, it's really nice though, because you have like all these little quality people out there. Yeah.
So true. Yeah. Quality control.
The people are working for Bears.
Yeah. They don't even know.
We're all secretly employed just by buying a pint at Sprouts.
It's so true.
And talk on Sprouts. So Sprouts, they took like a little bit of a leap of faith with you guys. And when that happens, are they like, if you don't sell out, we'll never have you again? Like, what is it scary, or are they just like, how does that work?
Yeah, so they give you kind of a velocity target when we got in, and they're like, here's a number that will kind of like maintain you on shelves, and like here's a number where we would consider expanding the set. And so, that's nice that you have a little bit of like a benchmark. But yeah, Sprouts, the buyer there did take a chance on ice cream for Bears, and at the time, even really a company, like the whole company had to change to like accommodate business like Sprouts. It almost had to, become an entirely different company.
Just because of the scale?
Yeah. The funny thing about Sprouts actually is, maybe I shouldn't say this, but
he has no counsel.
So I have no counsel. So, Cam, who was the guy who owns Honeymoon Chocolates, he came up to me one day, because I used to scoop ice cream in there and sell chocolate. I basically worked as like a barista in there while we were trying to get into, yeah, exactly.
Which is the coffee flavor name.
Yep.
I knew that. That's why I said it.
But he came up to me one day, and because he was going to Expo West, which is the big trade
Yeah.
show in Anaheim, and he said, "Hey, I got this email, and you can sign up for like a 10-minute buyer meeting with Sprouts." And he's like, "I don't think you actually technically have to have a booth there." And so I was like, "Okay." So I signed up for a 10-minute meeting, and I got that meeting, and then went out to pitch Ice Cream for Bears to the buyer at Expo West. And it's funny, I was checking in, they're like, "What booth are you?" I was like, "I'm just here for this 10 minutes." And I thought, I was like, "Oh, I'll like sneak into the show. It's impossible to sneak into the show." So if I literally just went out there for 10 minutes. But the buyer asked me all these questions, and I think I was just too honest. And she's like, "Okay, it's great, but like, sounds like you're not ready. Like, let us know when you figure out like, where you're manufacturing, all these other things, and like follow up with us in like 6 months when the review's happening." So like I followed up in 6 months and basically just like lied about everything. It's like, "We're totally ready. It's all great. Everything's good." And then when they gave us our acceptance in November of 2023, so we had 3 months to like figure it out and get it on shelves, find somewhere to manufacture it, figure out how to pay for it, really commercialize everything.
Did your business school help set you up for success?
I had like great mentors. I had a few great professors that were really great mentors. I think business school is a really good place to go if you want to change careers. And I'll say the reason I chose WashU is because they're very entrepreneurial focused. So I think more so than anywhere, yes, like WashU did provide somewhat of a framework.
From even what you're just telling us now, the amount of stuff that you've probably learned just in this short amount of time, I'm assuming you never expected to have learned to make these many mistakes. I mean, I guess that's the world and journey of entrepreneurship. Even what we do, I learned we make mistakes all the time. We've made mistakes in the past. We're still making them. Not projecting at all or anything, but I'm curious we asked this to Olipop CEO last week, but what is your best advice for people who maybe want to go and say, "Jill and I want to create a product eventually." Yeah. Do you have any like really good sound advice to give to us, or is it just like, just dive in and learn as you go?
I mean, I think it really is about just like kind of hustling and making it happen. What I always say is just like put one foot in front of the other. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be in a direct straight line to your goal. Like you can step off at a diagonal and like the path is always going to be very winding, but it's just like you just have to keep doing the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. And there's going to be so much wasted work along the way. And you just have to accept that.
Just gonna say, like, even what we're doing with social media, there's so much wasted work, and it's so hard to swallow that pill because you're like, I just put so much time into something, and like for us, it's like views, right? So it's like you try so hard and it gets no views, and then I post like a selfie in a red light mask in my robe and it gets 10x the views, and I'm like, you're kidding. I put this like meaningful, helpful post out and no one cares. And then I like say something stupid that I thought of within 3 minutes and hits off. Like, what are we talking about? But I'm sure with you, especially, like, I feel like there's so many more avenues of wasted time. Like, how many flavors have not made it?
A lot. I mean, at one point, I thought Ice Cream for Bears was going to be a storefront. So that was like 6 months of work that just never went anywhere.
No way.
With like what? Like looking for places to rent, and oh my gosh, understanding all the back end stuff of that.
You should really do a pop-up though.
That would be cool.
I would
That would
love
be
to now.
so cool.
Oh, an Austin pop-up?
Yeah.
We definitely should.
That leads me into the question of, like, you said you're just getting started. I don't want you to give secrets away to your competitors, who I'm sure are tuning in to hear the secrets of Ice Cream for Bears. But like, what are some things that you can talk about? What is the future?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What are your ideas?
What is the
What's Bill?
You're like, good luck trying to execute before me. What are some of the avenues you want to go down or
For
take
Bears?
For Bears, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to make lots more things like for Bears, kind of with that same, like, can we make other indulgences like unprocessed? So I think, I mean, I have a sweet tooth, so cookies would be high on that list. I love like a chocolate chip cookie.
Same.
There's some good companies out there making cookies already. Another one would be, I think we already do so much in dairy, so I think like yogurt, and it's not quite as exciting, but like maybe like a fun like desserty yogurt would be cool.
What are those things as kids that you could flip into your ice cream? You know what I'm talking about? Like
Oh, yeah.
a very long time ago, it was like
Chobani has some of them, right?
No, but I'm talking pre-Chobani. It used to be like a container that looked almost like a shrunken ice cream pint. Like it was tall, and then it had like the plastic, and it would be like M&Ms you put in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
yes.
It's like a
on
yogurt,
top.
right?
Yes, a yogurt,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
had a
Yogurt.
topping.
Yes. What
And we
were
used
those?
to beg our mom for those.
Yeah,
That's
it was
not
only a
healthy.
special treat.
It was a special
I
treat.
think that'd be so cool, especially with some of the inclusions that we have.
Right.
Or
it all
like,
kind of
right,
works
like a little
together.
cookie dough or like a graham cracker.
Wow, gluten-free.
Or you're onto something. What?
Well, no, I call Cam, who's the honeymoon chocolates guy, probably like once a month. We just had another one of these conversations a few days ago where I just call him like, we gotta make candy. Come on, let's make some candy.
Yeah.
And because he knows how to make chocolate with honey, which is not an easy thing to do.
Is he a chocolatier?
Yeah.
Cool.
You should have him on.
Can I
Yeah.
make some? Can I make some requests?
This podcast is gonna just be interviewing like CPG.
Forget gut help.
Yeah.
Out of here.
We're kidding.
Can I make some flavor requests?
Yeah, absolutely.
Key lime.
Interesting.
I would kill for a good
Key
clean
lime.
key lime.
Yeah.
Tart to me is just like, it's one of those things where you can just have it at any time. Like I would have a little tart.
Like a frozen yogurt tart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
More people like tart than you realize.
Oh yeah.
You have to put some sort of berry in it or something?
No.
No, you don't have to.
You don't have to, but I would.
Yeah.
I would do it. There were so many things you could do with that.
Think about at froyo places. Tart's like a huge flavor there. I mean, yeah, that there's
throw in all sorts
toppings. Yeah. Our mom likes tart.
Would you like to see this in a dairy form or a non-dairy form? I've been thinking we should do something non-dairy.
You know what?
Like a
Here's my thing.
sorbet.
A tart sorbet. No, key lime has to be the creaminess of.
Gotcha.
Not to tell the CEO what to do, but
No, yeah.
I haven't found a good key lime ice cream that you can buy at a store. I feel like it's one of those flavors when you go to a cute little ice cream shop, they have key lime, and 10 out of 10 times I'm picking that. And I just selfishly would appreciate if you could work through that for us. And then also something white chocolate.
Interesting.
Call Cam your chocolatier friend.
White chocolate.
Yes.
I don't like your ideas.
You don't like any of them?
Key lime's kind of odd.
Well, tell Tim what your.
Well, I always like chunks in my ice cream. That's just something about me. If I'm spooning something and there's nothing in it, I'm kind of just like, texture's weird. Like it's just plain in my mouth.
So it does disqualify her from the flavor.
I've always loved a good moose tracks.
Yeah. Bear tracks.
Bear tracks. You have that?
We might.
Any other requests?
Well, I love Oreo. So that's kind of, but I can only imagine how hard it is to put toppings in it that are also really healthy.
Well, have you had cookies and cream?
No.
Oh,
What's
well, so
cookies and cream?
that's our
Cookies
cookies
and
and cream.
cream.
So we tried to get as close as we could to an Oreo piece. So sometimes it's tricky when you're working with really limited ingredients.
Okay, I'll be the. You know, we gotta take our our bear bucks.
Take your bear bucks. Yeah.
We have to take our bear bucks and.
I actually have a hack. I like to take the ice cream for bears chocolate, and then I add milk to it, and then I add a scoop of protein powder, and I have a protein milkshake. But when you think about it, the ice cream that you make is really not that bad for you. So some could call it like just a protein shake, not a protein ice cream shake. And I do feel like no one talks about that. But come summertime, I'm a seasonal runner. I don't like to run in the cold. But as we start running again, Jen and I have decided today, I think that we're going to run a half marathon. But there's.
You just missed it. It was yesterday.
That's why we're doing it now. We got
whole year.
inspired. Yeah, we got a whole year.
Are you familiar with the mile 12, the trail, the Austin half marathon?
No.
On mile 12 of 13, it is the steepest hill you have ever seen in your entire life. And I ran it, not obviously yesterday, but a year ago. And there is nothing more demoralizing than knowing you are almost done. And I didn't know. I had never seen the hill. And I was like, oh my. And my only goal for the half marathon was do not stop running. it was so dumb to run it. You should have walked it, and then I would have had energy when I got back up. I think I was running slower than I walked because it was so hard. So that was purposeful. We did not.
To put it at the
Oh, there's like really funny TikToks of people being like, "Oh hell no!" Like when they get to mile 12.
No.
Yeah, with that.
What were you going with that with while we were
I was
running?
just saying that like, there's nothing better than running like as the sun's setting, going home and making yourself a protein ice cream shake.
It's a really good idea. Have you?
you.
Yeah. How do you
Yeah, what about a
utilize your
milkshake?
ice cream? Do you make milkshakes? You just eat it by the pint, or
I've made milkshakes before, but
Okay.
I just like eating a pint of ice.
yeah,
In the pint, or do you put it in a bowl?
Usually just out of the
yeah,
I live alone.
yeah. Right. Yeah. He's like, I don't
Fair enough.
dishes. Well, we never. I mean,
I wasn't done with my requests.
no. That's what I'm saying. Is I'm curious as from your enough of you.
Can I do one more request?
Uh,
Whipped cream.
Oh, like whipped cream for bears?
Yes.
A lot of whipped cream, doesn't have sugar in it already, so it kind of is
It's
for bears.
the low quality dairy.
I was no
Okay.
slash what the heck else they put in it.
Yeah. I can't find a quality.
Yeah.
Just make your own. Throw some cream in get some good grass-fed cream.
Make
throw
your
it in a
own.
blender.
Well, it's nostalgic for us. Our grandpa used to spray whipped cream into our mouth
That's what I
as
thought
dessert.
about. Yeah.
We'll make it, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, what else is on potential?
roadmap.
Yeah.
Well, I think in indulgences, candy and cookies would be really cool. I always have talked about pizza for bears, which I think people think is ridiculous.
Why is that ridiculous?
I don't know, it's
I
not.
love
Thank
pizza.
you.
Sourdough
Quality,
pizza.
a quality
Exactly.
Yeah.
bread,
Sourdough
right?
pizza, just you get a tomato sauce that's super, super clean. Throw some raw cheese on there.
Yeah. But would it be frozen? Would it come frozen?
It'll be frozen. The cool thing about being in the frozen aisle is that you can do so much without preservatives.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
He's already at the frozen aisle.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, he's just gonna be on every section.
that's the goal.
That's so good.
It's creating an empire, frozen food section.
I mean, like look
empire.
what like Siete did with they put 400 different products out there.
It's crazy.
Do you have any more flavor ideas specific to ice cream? Like, are there some you're just dying to make?
Not me personally. I think I get more excited about new stuff. Like we're working on an ice cream sandwich right now, so like that's exciting.
Gluten free?
Yes, yeah,
No, that is
Yeah.
thrilling because that's hard to find.
yeah,
And so your R&D team starts working on it
yep,
in a lab,
yeah,
in a
yeah.
health food lab,
in Minnesota.
and then do you fly out there and go taste test?
They usually just send
That's
stuff
nice.
to me. Yeah.
Well, if
So
you ever need some ice cream sandwich taste testers,
Yeah, we'll give
you
you the
know who to
honest
call.
we don't even have the cookie yet, so we're
Oh,
still a little ways
really?
away. But that's really the hard part. I mean, obviously,
Okay.
it's just ice cream in the middle.
Yeah.
But it's getting a cookie that's for bears is the tough part. But
That's good.
we're working on it.
Okay.
That's good.
What are your favorite health brands these days?
Ooh, like products?
Yeah.
Ooh, I mean, we were just talking before we started this about Jesse and Ben's. I've been eating
Yeah.
a bunch of those French fries. I love them.
Those
Um,
you don't even need sauce.
no, I just eat them plain.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
When it comes to like packaged foods, the only packaged foods I'm really buying are kind of like those indulgences. Otherwise, I'm just eating like meat and vegetables and potatoes.
No, but like, what are
Yeah.
your brands?
You like Siete?
I honestly don't know
You
eat
eat a
that
lot
much
of-
siete.
yeah.
I eat if I eat chips, I'll usually buy the masa chips.
Okay.
Um,
Have you had Vandy?
yeah, love Vandy.
So good. So good.
I don't really eat any like bars or any. I love kombucha. I drink a bunch of GT's kombucha.
Really?
Yeah.
What are the like big health things that you're into these days?
Well, okay, so I just moved into an apartment building, so I've kind of been trying to like forbearsify that apartment. So it had like all these LED lights. I covered them all up with like amber film to take out. That actually made a huge difference.
In what way?
It's just I don't know. It takes away the intensity of the light, and I feel like I sleep better. It's just like less. It's less intrusive. It feels better.
I hate bright lights.
Yeah.
Are you like a red light glasses guy?
I've never worn those,
Huh.
but I do filter
Your
the
phone?
blue light out
Yeah.
of my phone and computer, and I guess now out of my ceiling lights
Yeah.
too.
Right.
Good hack.
I love cold plunges.
Mm.
I know they're not for everyone. I just feel relaxed for like hours after. This is all. I feel like this is all very basic. I don't.
No,
have
what
Yeah,
else?
really.
Come on.
I mean, I like sauna.
How'd you for Bearsify your apartment other than the lighting?
Lots of plants, just, I guess like other products. Like I love, like all my like soaps and everything are made from like beef tallow and honey. Healthy Soul, that's a great brand.
Healthy soil?
Soul.
They've sent us stuff before.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually funny. My parents got this new dog, and she's like this German Shepherd mix. And I was living in New York, and then I moved to Austin recently, but there was a couple weeks in between that I was in Florida. And that was right around the time they got this dog. And my whole family uses these beef tallow soap bars. And my dad kept being like, "Where's my soap? Where's my soap?" And then one day I walk into the bathroom and the dog is in the shower. And I'm like, oh my God,
he's
she's been eating all the soap.
Wait, that's funny.
And not getting sick. So that's a big
Exactly,
soul. Yeah.
totally.
Wait, now
That's
that
a lot
you
of
say
fat
that,
though.
New York City is not for bears.
Not at all.
No, that's why he had to come out and come to the Sunshine State.
I feel like that was probably really hard for you.
Especially in the winter. Yeah, it's I like New York. There's lots of cool things about it, but largely I feel like life there.
I mean, how crazy is it that it's 80 degrees and it's the winter time? I mean, we've lived here, we're going on 5 years, and it's still has never gotten old to me. Like it's crazy.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
So much better.
So much better.
Yeah.
When you're just like walking. I think I would be so depressed if I was sorry to everyone listening who's like freezing cold right now, but
Heard us say that.
honestly, they have.
Our Northeast numbers have to just drop every single time
No,
we say this.
they know our hearts in the Northeast, but not our
Personalities
bodies.
in the Northeast.
Yeah,
bodies,
minds here.
There's something about like I mean, my gym was like in the basement of a building. It's like you get out, you get done with work, and it's dark out, and then you're like, I gotta go and work out in a basement. It's just you end up not doing anything.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's to me. I want to be outside so much more. Like, I mean, then you have our summers though, which sucks. So you can't win them all, but
you can still do stuff.
Yeah,
in the summer.
exactly.
Like
but
it's
not without some sweating and.
No, just.
Well, is this your first podcast? Did we go over this?
First podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like
congratulations.
I feel like we have to finish on what's your favorite ice cream for bears flavor.
Yeah.
If you could only pick one.
Ooh, I love mint chip. I think that would be it. Maybe the coffee chip. I too like a little stuff in my ice cream.
Me too, chunks.
Can't wait for key lime to be a flavor.
Key lime. We'll look into. The problem is that's great for an ice cream shop because like people will be more experimental in an ice cream shop.
Yeah.
People are boring in the grocery store.
Yeah. What's the best seller?
Well, because you don't want to buy something that you then have to eat 5 or 6 times. But I would eat 5
that's
or 6
so
times
true.
per. So yeah.
What's the number one seller?
Now it's cookie dough.
We need to go take our bear bucks and go get some
We'll do that after our run tonight.
after our run.
Yeah. Tim, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, this has been great.
Thanks for having
you did
me.
so well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Gut health for bears.
Got help for bears.
Yeah.
Thanks for being so welcoming
course.
in Austin.
Aw.